Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you with a long form talk podcast type of video, and this one is going to be on when to give back and when to cut people off. I'm one of the biggest proponents of charity. I love it. I give about 10% of what I make every year to charity. Um, that grows every year. This year it's going to be like $20,000 worth. It's going to be and do it for like a purpose. Don't just like, oh, there's a charity, let me put that there. Do research on it because you don't know how much of that is going to the actual fund, the actual cause in which you think you're donating to. There's definitely a lot that some are better than others. All probably start off the same way in a really good helpful mission, and then others don't. I'll never say to stop doing that. I maybe if you say like, hey, I have this amount of money and I can invest it and make this much money 10x in like X amount of years, that is better than giving a little bit now, a little bit now, a little bit now, and then you have nothing to give later because you have nothing to invest. Um, that's my opinion on that. Uh, if you are lucky enough, like I came from nothing, like third world country, Peru, nothing. First world, or first generation immigrant to America, to this country, and I love it. And so I try to give back as much as possible. Now, when to cut people off? Because sometimes, if you give money to friends, one, I don't think you really should. Like, if it's like that person has money, they make like, oh hey, like I left my debit card at home. You give it for lunch? Yeah, sure, no problem. That's fine. Other times, like hey, can I borrow like $50 for a phone bill, $100 for this? Give it to them only if you're comfortable with never getting it back. Because a lot of times that just happens. That's just something that goes on. And some people, like, even though like you might not care about it, some people will be like, oh, I don't want to pay that back, and they'll like kill the friendship over it. Like they'll just ghost you. They'll just not talk to you. Um, there's other types of things where like you bend the rules a little bit. Like I do loans for business owners. I was doing a loan for a buddy of mine, not a business owner, very bad credit, just for like his cousin's birthday party. And I was like, all right, well, I can, based on your credit, this is the rate you would get. And I actually gave him a break because he was a buddy of mine. And then the pandemic hit, and then more and more and more. And I wound up in a hole giving him like $55,000, $6,000, whatever. He owes me like $7,500, give or take around there. And he calls me like crying the other day. It's like, I don't have money for this, this, or this. I was like, listen, like you keep telling me like I'm gonna get you money. Like I'm in the hole. Like how many fucking thousands of dollars with you? At that point, guys, just don't let it get to that point. Just don't do it. Like obviously, no one can predict pandemic. No one can predict this and that and the other thing. But at some point, you just have to be like, listen, that there is no ROI. There is zero return on investment. And some people try to like play like the I feel bad for me, feel sorry for me card. Grow the fuck up. We're all fucking adults. We're all able to live life. One, for me, I always pay friends back first, which I've borrowed money from friends in the past. I always pay them back first. And if there's one thing, like, again, I think that makes you a better person, showing that, like, okay, pay your friends back first, because that means a lot to them. I think that means a lot to me as well. Like, no, like this is the type of person I want to be. I want to be able to do this for my friends. In that same breath, I'll say, again, I don't really have family that I like. Again, I'm adopted, and I'm sure I could find family that I had back in Peru. I do not want to find them because I'm 99% sure that they would start asking me for shit. Oh, can you give me this? Can you pay for this? I was like, fuck no. Fuck no. I am not about to. Part of the reason why I never really wanted to get married, I don't even like being in a relationship for the most part. I love it now because I'm with a woman that's fantastic. But a lot of times, when you date someone and you're in a relationship with someone, you kind of like part of their family. Not really, because once they break up with you, then like that family like ceases to exist. Like you get close to people, and then those other people are like, oh no, that is family now. But their family's problems become your problems, and that's a conversation I've had with my girlfriend. I was like, listen, if God forbid, let's say mom or dad they get sick, are they going to be at our house in the future? That's a conversation for you to have with your significant other if you haven't had that, because that's what you do. Your family's probably like, my cousin Becca has a drinking problem, or my cousin Mike's on drugs, or whatever the fuck it is. I do not have time to sit around in a fucking circle while people like jerk off and cry about their problems. I know that sounds really insensitive. I'm about the big picture. I'm about trying to like, okay, how do we help the world? How do we and maybe that's wrong. Maybe the best way to go about it is by, I think there's a like Asian quote like, take care of your own garden, and then you don't worry about other people's gardens. Don't worry about the world's garden. Take care of your own garden. Take your own piece of real estate, and then others will follow. Maybe that's true. But I don't. Again, don't really have a family, and the family that let's say I might marry into one day, they're all old enough where I don't really have to worry about that, and they're all intelligent enough. They're not do stupid stuff. Not that you can't do stupid stuff when you're smart. I'm incredibly intelligent. I have a drinking problem. I do. I just that's that I don't know if that's part being a veteran. That's part is me being stupid. Because it can that affects everyone. But getting back to my original point, sometimes you just gotta cut people out and be like, no, like you're a money pit. Like you're a bad investment. Some people are bad investments. And I've told you guys before, like my friend Vinny said the best investment you can make is in yourself. The second best is in other people. If you find someone that's willing to work, that's willing to learn a trade, willing to do something, and they have a good work ethic, invest in that person. If you see someone that fucks off all the time, their life's a fucking wreck because they did it themselves, that is a bad investment. People can be bad investments. That's all I'm going to say. Outside of that, love you guys. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. I'll catch you all later. Goodbye. I love you.